Aloha mai kako. It's so wonderful to have you all here with me this morning, with me and my friends this morning. Thank you so much for joining us in this prayer circle for Lahaina. You may want to have a tall glass of water because we're going to be doing an oli, a prayer, a chant, and we're going to be blessing the water and drinking the water. And we're going to be drinking our blessed water. And this is for our personal strength, our vibrant health, our resilience, and our fortitude. So let me, and anyone who is unmuted, please, if you could be so kind to mute yourself, that would be lovely. So today I'm going to be beginning with an oli e kane e, and then we'll be going into prayer, into pule. And then I'm going to be inviting my beautiful dear sister, Emma Kupu Mitchell, to share a little bit about the full moon energies, the full moon medicine in Aries. And then we'll be bringing Geraldine Camarillo, Kamaha'olani Camarillo, on to share her Lokilani chaplet and the mana and the meaning and the power and the beauty behind working with a chaplet. And this one I have here, the Lokilani chaplet that she lovingly co-created with the Blessed Mother. Thank you, Geraldine. And then we'll be doing a guided meditation together. And then stay till the end, because at the end we have a very special memorial. So let's have a nice big sip of water. And let's get this here. Okay. Nice big sip of water. Okay. And this is Oli Ekane. Ekane, kane, kane kavaiola. E kau kau ola I keia ia oe. E lono nui no ho I kawai. Ho o kupu ho eu. Ho I nana I ke ola. Eia kawaila. E vai ola. E ola hoi. E ho mai he au la. E ola hoi. Eli eli kapu. Eli eli noa. So good. So this oli, ekane e, it speaks of, it calls out to Kane, the god of water. It's one of our Hawaiian deities. Kane of the, it says, Kane of the life-giving waters. This is an appeal to you for life. O great Lono residing in the water, urge growth and animate life. Here is the water of life. Thrive. Grant us clouds from which life comes. Thrive. Clouds from which life comes. Thrive. Profound is the kapu, profound is its release. So I just want to say that it is so remarkable. In the little while, it's been a month since our first prayer circle on September 2nd. It's been for 4 weeks, and already there is such beautiful life that is sprouting forth on our beloved banyan tree. Yes, and she is showing signs of life and beauty and greenery, and she's coming back to life. And we are thank you everyone who participated with us a month ago, and look at all of the fruits of our blessings. And so it's so very, very blessed for this beautiful banyan tree. So now I would like to say a pule. We're so mahalo kia kua, mahalo ina aumakua mauloa, mahalo ina kupuna. We're so grateful for the new growth on our beloved 150-year-old banana tree in Lahaina. We're so grateful for the outpouring of love, of support, and donations to the entire Lahaina community. Kia kua, we ask that the Rainbow Bridge of Light be opened for those who lost their lives because of the fire. We ask that their loved ones on the other side greet them and escort them over the Rainbow Bridge so that they may be reunited with their loved ones and be able to continue their souls' journeys. We ask for continued support for those who lost everything, and that they also have emotional and mental support and financial support. We pray for resources for permanent housing for each family until their homes can be rebuilt. And we pray for financial support for their homes to be rebuilt. We ask that their mortgages and their bills be taken care of until they are able to get back on their feet. And we pray that Governor Green and Mayor Bisson listen to the cries of the people and hold off on allowing tourism to enter into West Maui. We pray that the Lahaina residents be given time to grieve, to heal, and to recover. Mahalo kia kua for miraculously answering our prayers. Like the banyan tree that has sprouted new growth, we know that anything and everything is possible. Amamaua noa. Amen. So at this time, I'd love to invite my beautiful sister, Emma Kupu Mitchell. She is a spiritual and creative guide for women in midlife, and she blends and interweaves many ancient healing practices together. Emma, would you please share with us what we're looking at with the full moon at this time?
I'd be blessed to. Aloha, mahalo lahela for creating this beautiful sacred space. I know on the banyan tree, that is so a sign of hope, right, and growth. And new beginnings, which is quite in alignment with the cycles of Mahina, the moon, and Mother Earth. So every 29 and a half days, we get a new moon, and then 2 weeks later, we get this full moon. So it was exact about midnight in Hawaii on Thursday evening, early hours of Friday, but we get a 3-day window. It's not just a moment in time, the waxing light of the moon grows and grows, and it holds this energy, this medicine. And thank you for letting me share, because to me, this is a really potent time that we're moving into. It's October tomorrow. But I want to just pause and ask you to reflect back. You might want to just write these dates down, because the moon medicine, the full moon, reveals and illuminates light and energy and vibration that we've all lived through. So if we go back to March this year, it was actually March the 21st, we had a new moon in Aries. And that actually signifies the astrological year. There's many turning points and beginnings in the year. As a shamanic astrologer, I mark that one, the first Aries moon of the year. And actually that was when you inducted me as a Kahu, and also beautiful Aubrey here and Geraldine. And so for me, I'm like, wow, where am I taking that energy and that blessing? What needs to be reset? The full moons go, okay, where have you traveled? Where have you evolved and grown and learned the medicine? And what needs to be released and transmuted back to Mother Earth? And what needs to be taken with you and integrated in the waning time from full to new? So this kind of in breath, right? And the out breath. So look back to March the 21st, and then April the 19th, we had an eclipse in Aries. We had a double moon, a new moon in Aries, which is quite unusual. So Aries is a cardinal fire element. It initiates growth, it initiates change, it nudges us to move into areas maybe we don't particularly feel comfortable to, and it says do something outside your comfort zone to grow and initiate change. And this is within all of us, and that might be physical, could be emotional, spiritual. You will know. Just ask your inner guidance, right? Something was seeded back in March and April, and it's now been revealed and illuminated for you and for all of us on this prayer circle, Lahela. So it's in, to me, the medicine of this full moon is shining the fullest light on Lahaina, on Maui, on all of us. And where can we take action? And that might be speaking up, or it might be just stepping up our prayers, or you will know, how can we become a little bit more brave and initiate even more change? Something's been reset. And maybe it is signing the petition to stop the tourists going into West Maui. You will know. It could be quiet, could be more prayers. So it's an important time, and we're at the turning in the monthly change into October. And we're moving into eclipse season for the end of the year. And the Aries Libra is going to be lit up. So all of you have Aries in your birth chart, where that is. Even if you don't know, it doesn't matter. Just bring your awareness to the fire, which actually sits in the head. Aries, in a somatic way, is about leading and initiating the way. So it's the head first energy, and it's heat and inspiration and creativity. And when we get this first eclipse on October the 14th, it's going to wake this part of us up. So I think this prayer circle, Lahela, as we move into October, is going to hold the vibration and the energy of this change. And each of us are instrumental in that. And just one last point about the energy of October. As a numerologist, October is the 10th month. So if we look at the digits 1 and 0, 1 plus the year that we're in, 2023, gives us the vibration of next year. It's like a little glimpse into what the year's energy will be collectively. Now, individually, you're all born on a day and a time and a month, but I'm talking about the collective energy of 2024. October gives us a little glimpse into this 8 energy. And if we make, just visualize that symbol of the 8. If you look at it from above, it's the infinity symbol, right? And the Vesica Pisces, it's inviting in flow. It's how can we take the spiritual higher vibration into physical matter and integrate the two. Not power over. It's quite an authority, powerful manifesting energy, but if it's coming from ego and control, it's not going to work. And so we're all going to be tested and asked to step up into our own power, but integrate spiritual practices to unify, to reclaim our own inner authority. So probably more power struggles. I mean, I don't want to put out there, we don't know, right? But I'm reading the music and the vibration. And I think these prayer circles, Lahela, are really vital because we are, we're accessing the higher energies, right? There's always lower energies and things going on. But as a group, it's so powerful. So thank you. Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, Emma, I kind of see us as being in that center point there between the above and the below, as we place ourselves in these prayer circles in that center between the spiritual and the matter. And
Love that.
we are that conduit, that channel for these blessings to work in us and through us. And so it's very powerful. Thank you so much for sharing. And I'm going to have to take a look back to my March and April. And also, what it has been so helpful for me is integrating the medicines that are revealed to us is in your creative visual journal process. And that has been so helpful for me. You don't really know what wants to be revealed, but it's a process. And so as you go through it, I found for myself that I learn more in that process about what's going on inside of me and what wants to be revealed. And so I want to thank you for that. The creative visual journaling process is amazing. And do you have another one of those coming up at some point?
Yeah, it's going to be beginning of November, November 1st. We're kind of
Okay.
acknowledging Samhain, and yeah, thank you for asking.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, and in the replay email, I'll be putting in the links. And so thank you so much, Emma, for sharing. And so at this time, I would love to invite Geraldine to come and share with us about her beautiful creations, her co-creations with the Blessed Mother. Aloha, Geraldine.
Hey, aloha, everyone. Good morning, afternoon, good evening, whenever you're watching this. But for those of you who are present here, aloha kakahiaka and happy full moon, harvest full moon in Aries to all of you. This prayer circle is so important, this spiritual practice of coming together as a community to focus all of our intent, our love, and bringing awareness to what's needing to be healed in our world. There's Lahaina, there's Maui, the people, there's so much devastation and catastrophe happening all over our planet. And so there's also catastrophes and devastation starting within ourselves. For each of us, I know that I can speak for myself that we have our own struggles, right? And so I think what's most important is always to bring it back to self first before we can help the world. So filling up our cup first. And by being here in prayer as a community, bringing yourself here and showing up is like one of the best steps we can do to help the healing. And so prayer for me has been instilled in me at such a young age. I grew up praying the rosary with my mother and my sister, and in fact, leading the congregation at that young age that you see. My mother had forcefully encouraged us to lead the congregation in prayer. So as a kid, right, you're like, okay, mom, I'm going to do whatever you want because I don't want to get what we say dirty lickings, which is getting slaps upside the head when children could be reprimanded that way back in the day. So we followed whatever our mother said. And so as a child, you're kind of just doing. You're just doing, not really understanding. I didn't fully understand. I said the words, the prayers. What I'm finding out to be are the mantras now, or the affirmations. But back then I didn't know. What I do know now as an adult in my 55th year of being in this body here on earth is that my mother had instilled or was instilling in us reverence for the divine, the importance of prayers, and also seeding the deep connection to the Blessed Mother. So fast forward, so back then I did my duties as a child, a Catholic, good little Catholic schoolgirl, not really understanding the process, and also not knowing that these seeds have been implanted within me, into my spirit, into my soul. So I thank my mother for doing that for me, because through my life, then there was this foundation that was happening, even though I wasn't praying the rosary at the time or practicing any of the spiritual practices with the beads through my life. Of course, this practice comes and shows up in the one of the most important moments in my life. And so in 2020, my reconnection, reunion with the Blessed Mother began again, showed up again. She showed up and she said, okay, kid, I need you to do this work to help others, to help the world in prayer. And so that was when Aloha Rosales was born. So I am a co-creator and co-founder with the Blessed Mother in creating rosaries, malas, chaplets, talismans, spiritual tools to help those on their spiritual journey, their practices. And as you all know, 2020 was a big year. So I think it's so interesting that that would happen and would be birthed out of a time that we all were forced to go inward. So that was a beautiful seed that came to fruition. And so I have been lovingly co-creating many talismans and chaplets and malas with Emma Kupu Mitchell, with Lahela, with Janet Connor, and all these other goddesses and prayer warriors who are coming in to also do the work. So I collaborate with others as well, with sisters who are on this path to help raise the vibration of our planet. And one of the things I realized, because I grew up praying with beads, I just assume people know what to do and how to pray with beads. But come to find out, they're like, oh my God, I love what you are creating. What do I do? How do I use these? Really, in its simplest form, these tools, these spiritual tools that have been created, is to help us focus our awareness and concentrate during our spiritual practices, whether that be meditation, prayer, or maybe just reflection. And so if you're wearing your rosary or mala throughout the day, it can also serve like as a constant reminder of our intentions. So if you have affirmations or prayers, you can infuse them into these beads and simply just move your fingers onto each bead saying a mantra or prayer or intention or affirmation. For me, one of my favorite affirmations or mantras, to keep it in its simplest form, and remember, you can create your own for yourself. And one of them is, I invoke the light of love within. I am a clear and conscious channel. Light is my guide. I'm going to repeat that one more time. If that resonates with you, please use this prayer. I invoke the light of love within. I am a clear and conscious channel. Light is my guide. So when I am in meditation, okay, so I will totally admit this, I am full on monkey mind, which is why I feel like the Blessed Mother has said, okay, kid, you really need to not only do this, but you need to use this as a practice for yourself to calm your very creative monkey mind. So that is one of the prayers that I will use. And like, again, I invite you to say or come up with prayers for yourself that works for you, that aligns for you. And I'm so blessed that we have Janet Connor here, who is the prayer artist. Janet, you have taught me so much about opening up to creating my own prayers. So I thank you for that, because I've been indoctrinated as a young child, not knowing really that I could create my own prayers. So thank you so much for your beautiful and sacred work. And Lahela, thank you for bringing up the rosary. This is the Lokelani rosary. So Aloha Rosales has a vast collection of beautiful chaplets, talismans, rosaries that have been co-created with the Blessed Mother. And she had asked me, when this whole madness had happened with Lahaina, because I was then, as an empath, very much in the whirlwind and chaos of emotions that I didn't know what to do. And she just simply calmed me down. And I said, Mama, what do I do? And she just simply said, pray. And then immediately following, create. So birthed out of this Lahaina tragedy came the Lokelani chaplet, the Lokelani rosary, for prayer, for comfort, for ease and grace in our lives. And I am so happy to say that 20% of the proceeds that are being donated to an ohana, directly to an ohana who's been impacted by the Lahaina fire. So for those of you who have purchased, thank you so much. As Aloha Rosales will be making a bulk donation to the Medeiros family by tomorrow or by Monday. So thank you. But so the rosary, the Lokelani and the Lokelani rosary and chaplets are dedicated to the healing of Lahaina. But I do want to reiterate here that you don't need to have these rosaries or chaplets. Perhaps you have your own talismans or chaplets, or even a crystal or a gemstone. In fact, if you could bring me back on camera, Lahela, I would love to show some examples, because Lahela is going to lead us into a very beautiful meditation. And this is where I ask that you bring your beautiful tools, your spiritual tools with you to sit in meditation. You may have this beautiful rose quartz. I don't know if you can see it here. That was gifted to me by the wonderful Freddie. Thank you, Freddie. Or maybe you have crystals, or perhaps anything that, to me, okay, listen, anything to me that brings focus, awareness, concentration, and comfort and security. Perhaps you have one of these. Oh, you can't see her. It is a stuffed animal. It is a pig. This is Pua from Moana. You see that? So here, listen, you be creative. Honor your heart, honor your spirit, honor your soul, honor your inner child, whatever it is that you need that brings you comfort, awareness, focus, concentration during your spiritual, introspective, reflective practices. I invite you to do so. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being a part of this beautiful, gorgeous light that is radiating all over the world, because we certainly need your light to come together so we can all hold hands and we can beam out all the darkness. So I thank you so very much. Mahalo nui loa.
Thank you, Geraldine. That was beautiful. And I also wanted to add that these beautiful chaplets that Geraldine made, the reason why the damask rose, that's this bead here, is because each island here in Hawaii has a significant flower, and the flower of Maui is the pink rose, the Lokelani rose. And so that's in honor of Lahaina. And so thank you, Geraldine. That's such a beautiful creation. I'm going to be traveling with mine and using your mantra. I love that. I invoke the light of love within. I am a clear and conscious channel. Light is my guide. Beautiful. Thank you. And I can do that with each of these beads. I love it. Thank you. Okay. So moving right along, let me share my screen again here. And let's see. All right. So I did want to share, a month ago, I shared a different fundraising page. And since then, I don't know about that page, but anyway, this page here, helpmauirise.org, is the bomb. There are 3 women who got together and they gathered up all of the names of all of the families, and they've put all of their information into an Excel spreadsheet and put it onto a site. So I'm going to share with you this site. Let me pull it up here. And let me see this one here. Okay. Help Maui Rise. And the beautiful thing about this page is that they have, you can do a 1-click donation here, and they are raising funds, and all the funds that go into this account gets evenly distributed amongst all of the families. And they have, I looked at the page, and here, let me show you this. This is pretty interesting. Each of these families here has a GoFundMe. So these 3 wahine, they went to Maui, they sat down with the people, and they helped each of the families create a GoFundMe account. So the monies go directly to the families. You'll be able to read a little bit about them, a little bit of background, and it is amazing and so clever, all in one hub, and I love it. And this one here also shows the amount of donations that they are receiving. So some of them may have more donations than others. And so some people may want to donate directly to a particular family. This is the way to do it. And it's so organized. And I saw that there were over 1,400 families listed here with GoFundMe pages. So props to these women, and it's just so many blessings are being birthed out of this tragedy. So now I would like to, we're going to begin our guided meditation. So let's take a big sip of water. I'm going to stop screen share here. And let's see. I'm going to I'm actually gonna share this screen. Okay, so we'll have a nice big sip of water. All right, so I invite you to close your eyes and get comfortable, or if you prefer, you can focus, place your attention on the beautiful banyan tree. And let's breathe our ha. We'll inhale and exhale 3 times together. Inhale and exhale. We'll centering ourselves. And now let's ground ourselves, and let's visualize we are standing barefoot here at the banyan tree on Mother Earth. And we're sending our roots down into Mother Earth, deep into Mother Earth, and infusing the earth with our love, with our energy, with our pule, our prayers, with our joy, with our happiness. And we'll connect and bring up to our crown chakra, up to our piko po'o, our head. We're going to bring all of this magnificent mana from Mother Earth up through our feet, all the way up to our crown, up to our piko po'o. And we're going to clear this open here. And with our breath, inhale and exhale. And now we're going to connect to the great central sun in the nuclear, in the center of the universe, connecting all the way back to the beginning of time. And we're bringing in the light. We're bringing in this spiritual mana and bringing it in this crystalline consciousness of healing into our bodies. Let's breathe in and breathe out. And we're filling ourselves up. Inhale. And now let's place our intention on the banyan tree in Lahaina. You see how beautiful she is, full of leaves. And now let us breathe our ha to the banyan tree. And again. And again. We infuse her with the breath of life that trickles all the way down into her root systems and all the way out to the tiny little branches and bringing life force energy to the tips of these branches. Beautiful, beautiful. Now we breathe our ha over the land in Lahaina. Breathe in and breathe out. Just infusing the land with the life-giving force of mana. Again. And now we breathe our ha into the air above and into the waters below, within the land, deep within the land. And we infuse the land with new life. Inhale. Now let's take a moment now to place our attention, place your intention upon any place, anywhere that is in need of prayer and healing. And breathe your ha over the land. Now we're gonna take ourselves all the way out, and we're gonna visualize, we're gonna see Mother Earth there in her fullness. And we encircle Mother Earth. We surround her and we breathe our ha, our breath of life over her, infusing her with our love, with the life force energy of healing. Inhale and exhale. Just hold her in this beautiful energy. And I can feel very connected around her. We like this beautiful web all around Mama Gaia, all around Papa Honua. And we see others joining in our encircling. So beautiful. Okay, now bring your breath through your breath and through your awareness. Bring yourself back into your room and breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. And one last breath in and out. Beautiful. Now let's take a nice sip of water. So beautiful. Okay, so now we're going to close out our gathering today in memory of some of the departed who lost their lives on August 8th. And let us Love you all. Aloha.